All right. Interesting. I don't know. Hey, Dom, Randall, what's everybody doing? I'm not sure if this is actually on Instagram or not right at the moment. Yes, I am live on YouTube. I'm checking Instagram as well. How's everybody doing tonight? I got two clowns backstage getting ready to duke it out with each other. There's been a little smack talking already, so that's always fun. Thanks, Dom. Richard, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. All right, well, I'm going to bring these two guys on. Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
Look at these two.
How's it going?
Look at that shirt.
I know, that's bright.
I'm obnoxious. What can I say?
That's just gameplay there, distraction.
I like it.
All right, so I'm still kind of trying to find out if I'm on Instagram or not yet.
I can tell you here in just a second.
Check that out. It doesn't give me a good notification if it is or if it isn't.
Well, I can just look at Instagram and see if you are.
I am not seeing you live on Instagram right now.
That's kind of what I thought.
Let's see.
What is going on here? I don't want that.
Nope.
All right, so we're going to try this one more time. I know.
Well, by the way, hi, everybody. Everybody who is here a little early, thank you guys for showing up. Marshall is going to lose badly tonight.
True story. Buddy, we'll see about that
one.
We'll see. I'm out for your throat.
I like the smack talk. It's fun. Makes it a good time.
Well, I historically lose every time I smack talk, so I should probably stop.
Oh, we all do. But you know what? That's what we're here for. I hadn't seen you in so long. It's kind of nice to talk some shit.
I completely agree. Last time that we saw each other, we were sitting in a hotel room drinking chicken cock.
Wow. That sounds like us.
I was gonna say, which is far different than gargling chicken cock.
Hey man, from what I remember, I don't think I've had a chicken cock that's really been all that bad.
Yeah, so, actually, I was very surprised. You actually introduced me to it. I had no idea that it was like pretty good. I mean, those events are always tough because the whole time you're just drinking over and over again, and so it's hard to know if something's actually good because it may be like the 7th whiskey you've had that night.
I've been there.
Speaking of which, I feel like I need to have a little palate cleanser of some sort before we get
started.
That's what I was working on.
Warm up. Get yourselves ready. It is 7 o'clock right now, so I'm hoping, Marshall, if you can check, see if that Instagram thing worked again.
Yep, let me go over and refresh.
For some reason, it will not show me at all.
Yeah. And
I
I'm
know.
not sure why, but my FPS seems to be down today. I have no idea what is up with that, but
No, nothing there. Let me go over and make
Hey,
sure that we're live on
Tony.
YouTube. Why aren't you going? What is going on here?
you gotta have that damn code for Insta. I don't know exactly.
I
What
know,
that
and I've done it twice now,
is. Okay.
and it
Hey,
just doesn't want to.
What is going on?
So
okay, we are live on YouTube on my end.
Yes, we are. All right. Well, let's get it started because it is 7. I kind of want to try to keep them around an hour if we can. So basically, you guys got 3 samples in front of you, 1, 2, and 3 labeled. They are 3 samples from my collection. At the time of making the selections, I was at 374 open bottles. I put all 374 open bottles in a randomizer and randomly selected 3 whiskeys for each pair of people.
Okay.
The whiskeys can range anywhere from a $20 bottom shelf bottle to a $350 or so top shelf bottle.
Okay.
They range from any category you can fathom, any country. Yeah, that's the little bit about that.
Great. We have no chance of guessing these.
As far as how this is going to work, basically what I want you guys to try to do is just guess the category generically. So be it single malt, bourbon, rye,
yep,
so on and so forth. Proof ±2.
Okay.
And then casking type. Now, that being said, obviously bourbon, if you're going to guess a bourbon and it's not a finished bourbon or anything like that, obviously everybody knows that it's got to be new oak. That will get you the 1 point for the cast type in the generic category. Then there is 3 points available for each one of those 3 things specifically. So if you guess bourbon and new oak, you're automatically going to get the point for the generic casking and the specific casking. Okay. That goes along for rye whiskey as well, if you're going to do that, and that's how it ends up being. But rye whiskey can actually be done in a used barrel, just so everybody knows. That being said, so 1 point each for guessing the category, guessing the casking, guessing the proof ±2. Then specifically guessing the category. So if you guessed a single malt and then you guessed a Scottish single malt, you're going to get the 1 point for the generic, 1 point for the Scottish, if that's what it ended up being. Casking specifically. So if you guessed a sherry cask or a Sauternes cask I'm not going to kill you with PX or Oloroso or Fino or Amontillado, any of that kind of stuff, because that can get way out in the weeds. And sometimes that information is not given to us anyways. Where did Marshall go?
No idea.
This guy.
I know,
okay. Right? There he is.
Travis, I see your comment.
Sorry.
He just didn't like where he was, and he didn't.
No, I was clearing notifications and accidentally came out of it. I apologize. That's my bad.
I'm all right being the center of attention. It's all good.
Did you hear that last part, Marshall?
Yeah, all the.
If you guess a sherry cask for the specific, I'm not going to really require breaking it down into PX, Oloroso, Fino.
Oh, good.
Amontillado, any of that. It can get too far out in the weeds, and we don't have all that information all the time anyways. Then after those 6 points are available, you can get an additional 2 points for guessing the distillery and an additional 2 points for guessing the exact bottle.
Okay.
Oof. All right. So that is the basics of it.
I have one question, only because you said that there were 350 something bottles. Are there any are you going to be like, oh yeah, this is from some country, it's from Iran or something, something silly like that. Are they bottles that we have a chance of guessing?
there is
I'm scared of
possibilities
that.
of weird countries.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Cool. Yep.
So, but that is kind of why I broke it down to as far as saying you can like if I got an Irani single malt and you just guess single malt, you're still going to get a point for that.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, let's be
You may
real.
not get the specific point because
I know I picked the worst possible country.
if there's like a Singapore or an Australia or a Mexico, we're probably not getting those anyways.
Fair enough.
We'll get a bit of malt, but we're not getting that country.
Yeah.
None of us are.
I just don't want to be like, oh, it's Japanese, and have you be like, actually, it's like 100% rye. So.
The other thing that I could tell you is you can choose to just take the generic points and not try to get specific. However, you're not going to get any points taken away for being wrong. So if you have an instinct, it might be worth shooting it out there as specific.
Cool.
That way there, if you happen to hit it, you get the extra point.
Well, this sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks for putting this together.
Keep your proof in ABV, not proof.
Yep. Oh, well, no, he said within 2. So is it proof or is it ABV?
Plus or minus 2, and it's proof or ABV. So if you're within 2 on the ABV, you're going to get a bigger window than on proof.
Oh, okay. So ABV. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
I'm
if
glad
you
that
guess
you clarified that
45%, that could be, 47 or 43, which would be bigger than 89 to 91.
All right.
Or 88 to 92.
Cool. So category, casking, ABV, distillery, exact bottle.
Yes.
Cool. Let's do it.
And I am really bad at reading the comments while I'm talking, so
yeah.
I hope everybody's chatting amongst themselves.
For some reason.
So Marshall, have you poured any of your stuff yet, or are you still totally sealed?
I just took the tape off and poured a little bit, so that way they have a few minutes to air out.
That's why I was asking. Yeah,
that's kind of the best way to. Yeah, because I know from bottles he's purchased, he's got some high proof stuff in his collection, real high proof stuff. So it's best to let that off gas so you can actually smell it.
For sure. All right, well, give me a sec to unwrap the electron tape. You
I haven't put anything into the nose or anything like that yet, so we're still on a clean
Travis,
slate.
do they even make whiskey in Antarctica, Travis? I would really be curious about that one. You could get that stuff into like the 70, 80 years old and it would still be fine.
I was going to say, I don't know about Antarctica, but I know the most northern one is Iceland.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I tried to connect with them. No response. They must still be in winter or something.
All right. So and while you guys are pouring that, there is the chance of a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And in the event of a tie, you have 3 samples. I'm going to randomly pick one and have you guess your closest guess to age. And the closest without going over is going to take the win.
Perfect. Look at you. You got all the little nuance down. Contingency plans.
Yeah, man, awesome. I've been thinking about this and drawing this up for like 2 months.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
So, all right. So you guys can go ahead and get started whenever you want. We will do the bottle reveals at the end, but let's go through number 1 first.
Sure.
Give me your guesses on it, obviously one at a time, and I will mark down here and then tally everything up. If we get a tie at the end, then we'll go for the age guess, and if not, then we will reveal bottles.
It's tough because I'm tempted to give some notes, but I don't want to be helping Marshall out at all.
No, don't.
It's probably Mount Gay, Marshall. You should probably.
Hey, trust me. If this was Mount Gay, I would have already said it. Okay, I can get run down far faster than I can get whiskey down.
And since you brought that up, Bill, I mean that could be, a strategy here.
Yeah,
to throw people off their game with some weird stuff.
For sure. All right. Well, cheers, everybody, and cheers to you, Germ, for putting this together.
I don't have a drink to cheers you with.
Well, I'm not going to wait for you in this case. I normally would. This is a flavor I know. The problem is thinking through every bottle that I currently have open.
I'm not thinking about what I've had open.
Yeah.
Just think about what's in the glass right in front of you, because you're going to trip yourself up on that.
Yeah. Huh. All right.
All right, Randall, you said you do see it or you don't see it on Instagram.
I still do see it. I'm guessing don't. I don't even ever use Instagram. I'm like so dumb. I wouldn't even know. Like, I mean, it would show up at the top with like a different icon. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah. I'm going to have to. Now, we had it working the other day, and I don't know. Sometimes this stuff is not fun. It's not up on Instagram. Thanks, Doug. I'm going to, while you guys are working through that, I'm just going to throw something out there to have them come over to check this out on YouTube.
This is such a flavor I know.
You know, the sad part about it is, I'm like, in my head, there's like 3 that I know are so close to this, but none of them are it. Not a single one of them's it. And that's what drives me nuts.
Yeah. It's tough not giving the audience like anything to go on. I feel bad about it, but you know what? You guys can
Doug suggested that I sneakily pour one of the whiskeys that's in this thing. I think that would be funny.
You should.
Yeah.
You should
well, see, I already pulled them out, so
okay.
that would be a dead giveaway now. They're sitting down here on the floor next to me.
Okay, fair. All right.
But next time.
All right. Man, this is tough.
I feel like I'm taking a test. I don't like this.
I know. I'm taking a test that I'm not doing well at.
And this is only the first one. That's the sad part. Okay, I'm cheating. I'm adding just a drop of water.
Yeah, I'm actually feeling more confident in whatever's in number 2, just based off the color. But we'll see.
And are you guys writing down what you're going for? Okay, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's much different with water.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that nose with water in it.
The nose for me mostly went away after adding water, but I definitely added too much water.
1 drop.
Yeah, well, I don't have my dropper. I was like pouring out of a Yeti, attempting to do as little as possible.
Bad idea.
Actually, I take that back. My dropper is right there, but it's also had water in it for probably like 3 months, and I haven't cleaned it, so I'm not dripping any of that in here. That's going to be disgusting.
Little stale funk in the
I'm sure
dropper.
there's something floating in there. It needs to be chill filtered. So
comments are rolling in pretty good. 22 already.
Nice. This is supposed to be fun. No, Ben, this is serious business.
Shut up, Bill. We're trying to work here.
And yes, absolutely. This is not serious business. Have fun with it. Joke around. I'm getting all kinds of stuff.
You know, it's funny using AI to make that thumbnail that you guys saw. Germ was very easy, although he came out looking kind of like a serial killer. I look a little bit like John Travolta, as somebody in Discord said. And Marshall, I don't know why, and I truly wouldn't say this if it wasn't true, and there's just honestly no rhyme or reason for it. It kept making you a woman. So, like, I put your image
dead fucking gorgeous.
Right. I mean, I put your image with like a couple of keywords, and it kept making you a woman, a very homely woman, but still.
Hey, you can't judge in this day and age, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
AI is pretty smart. I mean,
you were definitely a they them. That's no doubt about that.
No, I am lost. That's what I am.
All right. So I have like a wild guess for the cask, and only because I've tasted it before, and I just totally don't think it's actually true. But I kind of want to put it on there anyway. So I'm gonna throw a random thing out there. Yeah, I mean, whatever. You guys will see. I guess what I'm doing is I'm putting it out there that I know it's a crazy guess, so that when I say it out loud, I get laughed at a little less.
Right, because you preconditioned us to
exactly
understand that it was silly.
I like this a lot better without the water. But man, this
but
tastes
you got to throw just a smidge of water in there just to see what it's going to do.
I'm gonna write down something as well, other than just like my actual guess. I'm gonna put something so that after you reveal what it is, I'm gonna tell you what I thought it was. Because it tastes, whether it is or not, it tastes exactly like this particular thing.
Doug, yes, these are all whiskey. I'm not doing anything funny where threw in a rum or something silly in there. But yes, all samples for everybody are all whiskey.
All right, I'm almost done. I don't know about you, Marshall. How are you? Are you
Hands
done?
up, I'm done.
Same deal.
All right, so give me 10 more seconds here.
I'll tell you one thing. I do like that whiskey.
Yeah, I do too.
I love how everybody says this in blind stuff. This is great, Tony. Should have put in Malort.
Yeah, Malort, of course.
Travis followed him right up with the same comment.
I have no idea what.
Good God, guys!
All right,
everybody wants the Malort.
I'm gonna put something completely different for my exact bottle. That way, I can try to hedge my bet a little bit. Like it's not even from the same distillery that I named the distillery. So, we'll go with that. I'm all set whenever you are. Although I have zero confidence in anything I wrote down.
So Ben, I'm not 100% certain, but what did we do here? There we go. I'm not 100% certain, Ben, but I think what's happening is if somebody's watching it on my channel and somebody's watching it on Bill's channel, it's going to be, you're not going to see the comments on this perspective channels. That's be my guess.
I think it's funneling all the comments into you, but not.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all the comments,
not
but individually, yes.
Yeah. So we'll respond to everybody. Feel free to comment away, and we see you all. All right. So how do you want to do this?
Okay. So are you done with all three? Or are you done with just number one?
Just number one for me.
Just number one. Okay.
Okay, good. I was panicking for a sec there.
No,
damn, gonna have to wait another 30 minutes.
We are.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and we'll do Bill first. Sure. And give me what you think for
category.
Well, let me know what you think. Yeah. Let's just start there.
All right. I mean, in general, I do like this, but so category, I feel like it's kind of like a little higher on the rye side, but I didn't think it was a rye. So I wrote bourbon. All right. Do you want me to just go down the list, or do you want to go back and forth, Marshall? That might be more fun.
Bourbon for me.
Bourbon. All right.
Your cool. Bourbon as well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As far as casking, so this is what I was talking about. So obviously, if it's a bourbon, it's going to be new white American oak. I thought there might be a finish here, and I don't know. Maybe it was just because you mentioned the word, but it got me thinking about a release from Broken Barrel a little while ago, where it was an Amontillado cask finish. And something about this reminded me of that, but I also have like 2% confidence in that answer. It just something about it reminded me. There was like a little bit of a citrusy thing going on with a lot of extra tannic notes as well that I kind of was picking up that reminded me of it. So I'm obviously new white American oak, and then I put Amontillado for a potential finish.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it, Marshall.
I'm going to go a little different. Okay. It's definitely new oak, right? Bourbon. But there's something in the dusty section of that finish and that bourbon that's either got to be small time craft or it has to be a double oak. Like a Starlight double oak is what I'm thinking. That's more or less where I'm leaning based off the way that finish should have died but didn't.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm guessing 58%.
Ooh, I went way lower with percent. I went 46.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
What-
Marshall, you said what? 58?
I guess 58.
Okay. Bill, you said
46.
okay.
The first sip I had, I was like, "Is this 40%?" Like it just tasted. But
Mhm.
I love like 1,000,000% whiskey, so I tend to get really fuzzy when it gets lower.
And I guessed that it's about a 5-year-old product, for my guess. I don't know if you want to calculate that now or if you want to mark that down.
I probably should have written that down. I know you said that we should do that for the extra credit or like the tie with the age, but I didn't write an age down. So
Yeah,
Okay. So do either one of you have a bottle or distillery guess?
I'm guessing Starlight.
I wrote
Okay.
Jim Beam.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Beam
And
Suntory specifically. Like
neither one of you got a bottle
category, but still.
Neither one of you have an actual bottle guess.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm guessing the Starlight Double Oak is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You're going okay.
Yeah. So like I said, I went completely different with the exact bottle. I guess I probably should have written a specific one.
I literally wrote it down. Starlight Double Oak.
Yeah. I thought it was a Whistle Pig product, despite everything else I just said. I was like kind of going the complete other side. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say it's probably not the 10. Maybe what do they have? They have a 12 and a 15. Let's just say 15. I don't even know that I've had that, but just for that, for whatever reason. Nah, you know what? I take that back. Let's go piggyback. I'm gonna go piggyback.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Bill.
Yeah. I bet I got 0. Other than bourbon.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what you guys got total?
No.
And then move on to the next one?
Don't.
Or
I don't.
save it to the end?
Let's stick to our gut. Let's go through number 2.
All right. I'll go with that. That sounds.
Because if we're wildly wrong on 1, we're gonna second guess way too fucking much on 2 and 3.
I suppose that's true. I already know I'm wildly wrong, so I'll just go with the assumption. All right,
and I'm really working on my poker face here when you guys are talking about stuff because
this one's
I don't really want to like make it seem like you're either way off or you're hitting it right on the head.
I don't like that nose in the slightest.
Oh, I love it.
Really? You like this?
Yeah. This is way more up my alley. So I'm mostly gonna have trouble picking which distillery I think this is, but several other characteristics I think are gonna be easy.
Cheers, Ben. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep. I knew that was coming.
I like that.
I knew that was coming.
Poker face.
It's funny with the last one, I knew it was a bourbon, so I was looking over here, and now I'm looking at my shelf over here.
No, I'm not looking back, man.
Oh,
all I'm seeing is rum, anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. This one's gonna be a tough guess for the distillery.
This one sucks. I don't like this in the slightest.
Okay, so I know what Marshall thinks about this one. Bill, what do you think about this one?
So I appreciate this style of whiskey more than clearly Marshall does. I would say that whatever this one is, it would be, it's not my favorite distiller, or like it wouldn't be among my favorite distilleries that make this type of whiskey.
Okay.
So, I again totally recognize something about the flavor and the taste, and it's putting my finger on it after hundreds of reviews is very difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw Eric Waite was in the chat, and he was talking about how he's going to be doing a class where he has to try to do some blind tasting of 8 scotches. And just even thinking about that, like even if I knew what the 8 distilleries were and had to try to figure out, like even that would be tough. Never mind trying to guess from 300 something bottles that I might not have ever had. So, this one is a tough one. It's very mild as far as, I mean, I think whatever at this, like, it's not a secret. This is peated, and it's
if you can't taste the peat, you're
right. Blind. I was gonna say I don't think that gives anything
you're
away.
Fucking blind. That's the reason why I hate it. I fucking hate peat.
Right.
And when I was doing practice flights, a buddy of mine poured a fucking 14-year-old SMWS Colila, and I'm like, wow, just assault me, why don't you? Jesus Christ, man. God damn, dude, that thing's harsh.
The funny part is, like, I was expecting to really just get under people's skin with some of these because it's like way outside of their normal realm.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know as if I can get under Bill's skin because you kind of like everything. And I really know Marshall's dislikes.
I like to call myself an equal opportunity imbiber.
I like that. I like that.
Oh, which distillery is this going to be? It's such a, like, it's, I don't know that it's,
Okay.
Yeah, this is tough.
I'm gonna hit you with my tasting notes, right? Because Bill's a lot more confident in this one than me. I get a lot of hay, a lot of kind of like barnyard floor, like old cedar. I get a lot of this very dusty milled corn. I get just a lot of this really dry, dusty, hazy, stale kind of sensation out of this. That then somehow manages to thin out to a light fade through peat, and then the finish just kind of sucks. It just kind of like a moldy, plain, flat finish.
Yeah,
like
I actually agree with a lot of that. And actually, it was one of my first thoughts was Bowmore, which that's not what I'm writing down, just because I know that they tend to be quite a bit different in color. But there is something about their the word is escaping me, but like they keep their barrels kind of like down in a basement
Dunnage.
that's like dunnage. Thank you. I was like, I couldn't get past the word dusty, and I knew that was like obviously that's not it, but I had the DU, the dunnage. Yeah, like something about that reminds me of this whiskey. So
yeah, of course Donald would like that.
Yeah, Donald, I'm here with you, buddy. Sign me up for that too. I love that dusty barnyard.
This is the exact opposite of anything I want to drink. But you know what was the weird thing? There's like a cereal grain note in there as well. And it comes out more in the nose than it does on the palate.
This is tough.
But you see, I don't know which one of the distilleries in that area has that note. I don't know enough about this region to know distillery.
Oh, I have an idea. Okay. If I end up being right, I take it back. This is well, whatever. I don't want to say it, but
wrong one.
Yeah, I might be wrong about when I said that this isn't a distillery that I like. I think it's just a different expression than what I was expecting. No, it wouldn't be. No, that wouldn't be because I want to like say things. This is difficult. Like, oh hey everybody, let's do this hem and haw.
Bill, I am done. I've written my stuff down. I've got my answers. If you want to think out loud, whatever.
Yeah, I definitely will, because I think that's a little bit more interesting. So I had in my head, I was like, oh, maybe this is like a Bruichladdich, but then I started thinking, I'm like, it's not strong enough for a Port Charlotte, and it's peated, so it's not going to be the regular Bruichladdich, Classic Laddie. So then I started thinking, is it an Isla Barley? But I don't think it's high enough ABV to match a Isla Barley. And so that kind of
I'll agree with that wholeheartedly. I've had some Isla Barleys, and this is in a similar vein. Nowhere near as potent, nowhere near as rich.
Exactly.
Unless it was like 15 times used oak for fucking 25 years. Right. But no, that's just not. I get it though. It's amazing how close we are in kind of our
thought process there,
pathway through it.
Yeah. I mean, so then as far as both of you, everything that you've said so far, I'm 100% totally in agreement with this.
Cool. Well, even if I'm wrong, then at least we're all in agreement about how wrong we are. So I'm gonna go with another distillery that I think might be okay. The ABV kind of matches what they do. The casking.
Distillery? I don't even know what the fuck distillery this would be, dude.
Well, there's only like 7 of them, something like that on Isla. Assuming that is what it is. You could take a fairly random guess. But all right, let's go exact bottle. I think I'm just gonna go with what I think. Okay, I'm all set. Should I write down what age I think it is, or does that matter?
Yeah, write down what age you think it is, just in case there is a tie.
Sure. I'll just go that. Okay.
All right, let's start with we'll start with Marshall this time.
All right. For me, I believe this is
category
Isla Scotch.
Okay.
Okay. I wrote single malt, but I think while we were talking, like
single malt, yeah.
Isla single malt is what I was. Yeah, I guess I should have been more specific, but single malt.
Yeah. Isla single malt, lightly peated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Casking or proof next, doesn't matter.
86%.
Okay. I went 86%.
86% or 86%?
No, he said it.
86%, right? Or 86, no. 86
he said
proof.
It twice.
86 proof,
Okay.
my bad. I don't know why I was thinking that. 86 proof. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah. I went 42%, so 84 proof. So, yeah.
Okay. And casking?
All ex-bourbon.
Yep, same.
All ex-bourbon?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious which distillery you ended up going with, Marshall.
The only one that I could think of in my head, I just said Highland Park 15 because I don't know those distilleries.
Okay. I went Kilhoman.
Excellent guess.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had a Kilhoman before.
Yeah. Well, this might have been a case of me kind of being influenced by looking at my bottle. Like I have I wrote down the exact bottle being the Macker Bay.
Okay.
Which is literally what I was looking at. And I'm like, ex-bourbon, if I think it's from Kilhoman, it's probably that, unless it's a special release, which I probably haven't tasted. So, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
Now,
what'd you go
just
with?
Out of curiosity, what's your guesses for the age?
15 year.
I did 10 just because I don't think that, I think this is a no age statement. So this is actually a good clarifying question. Usually, like if you were to Google this and let's say it is the Macker Bay, it's a no age statement. Should I say no age statement or should I give like the calculated age concept that they usually try to do?
So, okay. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Because I'm using them for a tiebreaker. So if we don't know the exact age or we don't have, it's a minimum of whatever, right? Yeah. I will try to not have that as part of the type, you know what I mean? So like, basically if there was one out of the three that was that way and you guys guessed the same thing on each one, then I'd have to come up with a different option. Okay. But for the most part, I think age guessing is going to be not the same. Like you're not going to land on the same number every time.
Fair enough. Either way, I did 10, but yeah, no age statement. So 10.
Okay. All right.
Ready to go on 3?
I guess I should go 3 years if I'm going no age statement. So, but whatever. All right. Number 3.
Ooh, that's like potpourri.
Marshall, is yours at all soapy?
Soapy.
Okay, good. I wanted to make sure it wasn't my glass before I really got into it.
No, it's soapy.
All right. I've got no clue on this one. This is going to be
just Dawn.
Every aspect of this is going to be a guess. I don't know. Cheers, everybody.
Find my camera there.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
Oh,
Mamuka. Nice.
That finish is cool though. I like that. Yeah,
dude, that's cool.
I agree. Yeah, that's fun. We'll have to talk about that afterwards.
What is that? Oh,
well, I guess we're both tasting it. It's like a very dull immediate flavor, and then the finish is kind of fruity, almost like it kind of reminds me of Fruit Strike gum a little bit. So, but not nearly as strong. Just something about that flavor. It's very like a fake fruit kind of flavor.
Yeah. Dude, that could be all over the fucking place.
It really could.
That could be so many different things. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
If this is that goddamn bubblegum head you fucking gave me from the last time I was up there, I'm going to flip my shit.
I like that, Travis. You know, I've never had haggis. I'm not opposed to trying it. I've just never even been presented with the option. So, then again, St. Patrick's Day is almost here. I'm sure I could probably find it somewhere. Well, no, that's Scotland. Never mind. I'm dumb. Yep.
How is Irish month going?
Videos are doing terrible views, but I'm having a good time. But it's a thing that happens every year. It's the weirdest thing. Like I get a lot of comments about people very excited for Irish Whiskey Month, and then the views are like the worst of the year. So it's very strange. Yeah, but
it seems to me like there's a lot of, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but it's almost cliche to do Irish whiskeys for the month of March. And now you have been doing it for,
I was gonna say, but guess who started?
right. You have been doing it forever. So, I mean, jumping on the train is the cliche thing, but, and I tried it last year and I had fun with it, but, I always want to say it's like Irish whiskey should get love all year long.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. And actually, so like the Quails Gate, I just did that. I think, what is it, yesterday? I changed my release date to Tuesday. So yeah, yesterday. And the Quails Gate, I had this bottle since like last summer, and I was just like, oh well, I'll wait for Irish Whiskey Month, and I probably shouldn't have because it was delicious. All right, I got to take some guesses here because as much fun as it is,
I've had this before.
I don't think I ever have, so you might have a heads up on
I have, but you know what? This is so fucking weird.
It's weird.
It's so weird.
So Tony's asking if you've ever had fruit stripe gum, Marshall, or are you too young for that?
I mean, goddamn, dude, I'm 30. Don't get me wrong, but yes, I've had fruit stripe gum.
So, have you had fruit stripe gum where you could eat the wrapper?
Yes, I have.
I think so.
Yeah, they used to. It was like the zebra print was on the wrapper as well. Yeah.
Oh, for us, my generation, they were tattoos, so you would lick it and you would put it on your hand, and it would give you a zebra tattoo. That's what they did for us.
The flavor of the tattoo probably lasted longer than the gum. So.
Yep.
I can't it's truly impressive how short the flavor of fruit stripe gum really is. It's goes away immediately. All right, I guess I've just got to guess on this one completely. So
yeah, I'm at that point too.
Well, never mind. All right. Yeah. You're not my friend. I can't agree with you. We're enemies right now. Adversaries is a better term. Adversaries.
Just for whatever it's worth, you guys are pretty damn well matched.
Nice. Well, that's good. We both have 0 points.
I wasn't going to let that cat out of the bag, but
Just so you know, guys, none of that was right. Fuck you.
It was actually sparkling water. You're both frauds. Yeah. All right. Distillery. Oh, some random
bubblegum notes just hanging out, man.
Yeah.
And I only know of 2 whiskeys that have that strong of a fucking bubblegum note.
You got me really curious right now because I have not had this in a long time, and I don't remember bubblegum.
Can you hold the bottle up for a sec?
He was born at night, but not last night.
Well, if you didn't laugh, I might have gotten him.
Yeah,
you weren't getting him on that one.
He's hosting the show. He might be under some stress here. We gotta, Oh, I've got no clue for the distillery.
Doing something like this, if it stresses you out, you know.
Yeah, no, not
you're
at all.
doing the wrong thing.
If anything, we're in the hot seat, not you. So,
damn you, Marshall and Bill.
What?
What's that?
Soap and bubblegum.
Yeah,
and I think that's the power of suggestion.
That's it. It might be that. I don't
know
think
a little bit
because the soap was immediate, but
the bubblegum.
The bubblegum might be because I
100% picking up.
I think I see it, but it's not as strong for me. The bubblegum, so
that's what screws me up, right? Because like I said, I know there's a distillery out there that does something like this.
Yeah,
but but they don't make the category of whiskey that I feel like this is. That's my issue. So that's where I'm struggling.
All right, I have a wild guess. I guess I don't want to be influenced by the chat. I already wrote down what I think. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before, completely different distillery than what I'm going to write down for the exact bottle.
Hey, if you hit on one and not the other, that's fun.
Yeah. What is the other thing I'm thinking? Well, I'm at a slight bit of I wouldn't call it an advantage because it doesn't really help, but I was just at a whiskey tasting like 2 weeks ago, and there were 80 different distilleries there, and each one of them had about 5 to 8 bottles. and I drank most of them. That's not even an exaggeration. You have the very small amount, you can have a lot. And I don't remember this flavor at all. So that kind of doesn't help. If there weren't a million distilleries in the world, I would say it would help a little bit, but nah. What could this be? It doesn't even taste like anything that I can like target an area. Although maybe a little bit. I'm gonna write. Yeah,
Bill, search that back palate a little bit better, and I think you may find something interesting. Like I'm talking that the furthest back of that palate after you've swallowed. Big breath in. Search that back palate a little bit. See if there's something that comes up.
See, this is sportsmanship. This is sportsmanship at its best. There's smack talking and then helping. I like it.
Well, unless he's trying to mess with me.
Nope. Or there's something in there, but I'm trying to figure out what it is.
I'm an idiot. I just wrote the word distillery next to distillery. I'm like,
like Acme Distillery,
right? Oh yeah, the distillery. All right. What is that one over there? I like what I have for the ABV. I do think that this has some heat to it.
ABV
are you close? Are you close, Marshall? I've only got the exact bottle left. I'm just trying to think.
No, I've got two things that I'm trying to narrow down.
Okay.
I still got another 15 minutes.
Oh man, there's a lot of whiskey review channels.
Oh my god.
It's nice that a lot of people tune into each other though. But it's funny, like whenever I go to other channels, you see comments and it's always like Jeff's whiskey tasting or like, whatever. There's a lot of channels now. It's a growing market.
Well, fucking Whiskey Tribe, you, Roy,
yeah,
Eric, you and all of you guys started off pretty early.
Yeah. You're correct, Bill. A distillery did distill this. You gotta go 5,000 choices to narrow down which one. Yes, but I'm close.
Oh, damn it. Oh man, I know this. God,
did you look in a mirror or something, Marshall?
I have had this bottle. No, I guarantee you I've owned this bottle. There's something in the back of this that I really, this is tearing me up, dude. It's really tearing me up.
Demi, I totally agree with you. It's that I've heard that story before too. People get into like I had that D&D channel for a while. I knew how many other D&D channels there were, but the competition is stiff over there.
Yeah. Speaking of, by the way, if anybody in the watching anywhere isn't following Marshall or Bill, please do so. Bill also does another channel for Dungeons and Drams. Pretty cool stuff. They get together. Bill's the dungeon master, and a couple other whiskey reviewers play Dungeons and Dragons while they talk about whiskey and drink whiskey. And
yeah, we just ended our first campaign a couple days ago. It was like too much. So I do other stuff on that channel now too, and we are probably doing the occasional one shot. But we have about 2 years full of a campaign that is totally worth watching. Cool. It was a lot of fun. There's Jason's there, Adriana, Clifton, Ed from Rocket Review, and then my friend Molly was in some of the earlier episodes as well. Yeah, longtime viewers will remember her from back when I did the diabetes episode where we like did a fundraiser. She was the one drinking Ardbeg as her first drink of the night and had no idea what she was in for, and she loved it. So definitely nice. Start a channel called Whiskey Deek. I like that. Okay, I've got no clue for the exact bottle here. I really just need to pick something and be done with it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Yeah. Oof.
I'm trying to walk through my previous collection and trying to walk through my mental image of my liquor stores that I go to way too often.
This is a hard one. Was this intentionally a tough one, or like did you kind of pick the three random and then pick which one you thought would be toughest?
It literally was. I put them in. It was I go online, wheel of names. I put all of them in there, shuffled them all up like 5-6 times, then spun it, and the first three that come out were the three for this choice, and subsequently all the way down the line.
Yeah.
I did laugh when this one came up.
Okay.
So
it's not like one of my. Would imagine if it was one of my single barrels or something, and I couldn't pick it.
that actually would have been funny.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate just kick in the dick?
I could say definitively it is not. So I've excluded 4 bottles. Oh, what else could this be? I'm looking at everything I own, and I don't think it's any of them. So I guess I don't have an exact bottle. I just have to write something down. Let's go with this. Okay.
If this bottle is what I think it is, I'm flying back up there.
I have a distillery that is different than where the exact bottle is from, and I have a random guess that I want to talk about at the end for the region that I think it's from, which is also different than the other two. So
perfect.
Yeah. But I'm all set whenever. But no.
All right, go ahead. Marshall, you're all set?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
All right.
Hands up.
Hands up. All right.
Cool. So I think it's a bourbon.
Okay.
We'll start with that. I'm going to go. Sorry, go ahead, Marshall. What do you?
I think it's a rye.
I was on the fence, so that'll be interesting to find out.
Okay.
I took that, what I was perceiving as the rye flavor as well, except I went a different angle, and I thought maybe it was a double oak. Leaning, I picked up more tannins than I did rye, so I was thinking maybe it spent a little bit more time in either a heavily charred barrel or a double oak. So.
Okay.
What do you think?
I went port cast finished rye.
Wow. I kind of hope you're right, because that would be an amazing pull. Yeah, interesting. I went 50% ABV.
Okay.
I went 48%.
Nice, close. That's what. Remind me, Marshall, what did you have for the ABV on the first one?
58.
Okay, we were way off on that one. I had 46. So, but we were right next to each other on the other two. That's interesting. For the distillery, I changed it from distillery, and I changed it to. I actually changed it to Dickel, even though I kind of totally don't agree with myself anymore.
Okay.
But I picked Dickel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went Cedar Ridge.
I did too at first. I had Cedar Ridge written down, and I changed it.
Because you know what? Me and Jerm were just drinking the Cedar Ridge rye that's sitting right behind me, okay? We were just drinking this and talking about how something about the finish overtook the whiskey. So whatever this is, whatever this rye is, it's more finished than it is rye, and I think that's what's throwing me off. I've had it recently. I've had something similar to it recently. The finish overtook the base product in some way, and I think that's where you're getting bourbon at. I do believe it's a rye. I just because the rye spice hangs out in the very back end. This could also be an MGP rye that somebody else bought and then decided to finish as well.
I was leaving. That was definitely something I was considering as well. I'm gonna be pissed if it's Cedar Ridge, because I had written Cedar Ridge down, and if it's okay. I hope you're wrong, but I know I'm wrong with Dickel. But I really hope you're wrong with Cedar Ridge.
And I wrote 5 years.
5 years. Oh shoot, I forgot to write an age again. I did not write an age, so I forfeit those points. I wrote that for the exact bottle, I thought it might be a barrel release, and I actually wrote barrel rye.
Okay.
So I was with you on the rye.
You were way on the fence, are you? Yeah.
Yeah. What did you say, Marshall?
You said Cedar Ridge, port cast rye was my guess for individual bottle. And it's sitting right behind me.
Yeah. And even though it doesn't count towards the points, I had an inkling that this might actually have been a Texas whiskey. Something about it felt kind of aggressively aged. Like I bet it would be like 4 years old.
But here's the thing: if it's Texas, it's only going to be Iron Root or the Andalusia Bottled and Bond, because those are the only two that aren't putrid ass here lately.
Iron Root did cross my mind at some point. The color on the whiskey was making me think it could potentially be Texas as well. So,
all right,
yeah.
I
thought of you as well. I thought of you thinking of Cedar Ridge as well. So sorry.
Bill, get ready to be just completely fucking wrong, okay? We're not getting these.
So we're gonna start with number 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 3, you guys both did horribly on.
Okay.
Fantastic.
You both got 0 points on number 3.
Woo.
Damn. So it was a malt.
It is
Is
not
American
even
single
that.
malt?
It is a blended Canadian.
A blended Canadian.
Oh, I wouldn't have
This
got.
is
That's
Crown Royal.
Wow.
Noble Collection Barley
Fuck
Edition.
yeah, dude.
I would have taken
barley
100
edition.
guesses before I'd guess Crown Royal.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is distilled from a 85% malted barley, 15% unmalted barley.
Malted. Hmm.
I want to make sure that that's right.
There's no finishing, no weird anything.
So Diageo doing Diageo things. You guys both get default a point for the cask because we don't know what the casking is on it.
Okay. Default.
It is
Wow.
the casking is unknown, but it's suspected that it's both used and new.
Dude, that's a Crown Royal product.
I can't believe it. That doesn't taste
Son
like
of a-
anything. Yeah.
It is also at 45%.
Okay.
Okay, if we were put both at 48.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you were
had
both a little
50.
high on that.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
technically you got a point for the barrel each. So
saying it was from Texas was slightly wrong.
just an entire country over.
With what you guys were talking about now, I had never picked up the bubble gum on this before, and I am now. But I get a lot of like spice cake, carrot cake type things, and that kind of stuff on it.
Yeah.
And I actually rather enjoy this whiskey for that reason. And again, completely shocked that it's from Crown Royal.
Yeah, for sure.
Carrot cake? I could see the creaminess of a carrot cake, especially if it's a dense, moist carrot cake. I could see that.
And and the spices used in there, and then that little bit of sweetness from the carrot. Yeah, it just that's what it struck me as. And
cool.
I'm not even going to pretend. I think that you I think you poured something in that bottle and made a mistake.
No, man.
I can't believe that's Crown Royal. It tastes.
I mean, really though,
it doesn't.
It blew me away.
Look at the swill that Jack Daniels put out for years, and then all of a sudden they've got their new stuff out, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, it's also more just like the fact that they use malted barley too is. I mean, I'm used to Crown Royal being totally different. So anyway, all right. Well, that was 0.
Okay. Well, technically one, but you equal each other out there. So
sure.
All right. Then we're going to go to the first bottle, which you guys did marginally better. You each got 2 points on the first bottle.
Okay.
And they were both the same points.
Okay.
So you both said bourbon.
Yep.
It is a bourbon. You both said finished bourbon. Mm-hmm. So you got a point each for bourbon and finished bourbon.
Okay. What is it finished in? I'm dying.
It is finished in a Sauternes cask.
Really? Huh.
See, Sauternes doesn't play well on bourbon, in my opinion. It plays really well on single malt.
It does. Okay. So it is also at 49.3% or 98.6 proof.
Okay.
And if you recognize that proof, you probably know what bottle it is. 98.6 proof.
Oh, you got a fucking Blood Oath Sauternes cask.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think I've only had one Blood Oath,
Blood Oath Pack 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I never had Blood Oath Pack 7. Pack 6 was the last one I had. I stopped chasing them.
So that is a blend of 3 different bourbons. One's 14 years, and the other 2 are both 8-year-old. That is the only Blood Oath that I've ever been able to find, and I do enjoy it, but I don't think I'll be chasing anymore.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I think I had Blood Oath number 4, or number. I had one that was like not very impressive, and I felt the same. I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna chase these because anything that if you put a number on something, I naturally want to go after all of them. That's thus the spot whiskeys back here, like the same idea. Just if you put a color on it and just name it, man, my brain is so broken with that stuff. I gotta collect everything. Yeah.
Wow, really? That's a Blood Oath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I'm having a hard time with that. I thought Blood Oath was a kind of a step above that.
Doug, unfortunately, I'm ruining the tiebreaker stuff because it is not needed.
Okay, good. I was gonna say we did write them down for what it's worth.
We did.
So.
Mhm.
And if there was a tiebreaker needed, Bill, you would have got it on this one.
Yeah.
Well, man, I gotta be honest. I gotta be real honest. If I picked up a bottle of Blood Oath, was it pack 7 or pack, what was it, pack 9? Well, which one did you have?
7.
This is 7.
7? I would not have been a happy person for a few weeks. I'm serious. I would not have been a happy person. That's not worth the 150 to 200 it would have taken me.
I was gonna say, how much are those running now?
I don't know what they are now. This one was $100.
MSRP is 139 on the new one.
Okay.
Man.
All right. Whiskey number 2, technically, the one in the middle
Mhm.
here. You both did very well on this one, actually.
Oh.
So you both guessed single malt.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You, Marshall, guessed a Islay single malt, so Scottish single malt. And Bill, I don't remember what you said, but
Well, so I had written down single malt, but we were talking about Islay the whole time. And before you revealed it, like I absolutely didn't know we were supposed to be that specific. I would have
Yeah, he said Islay. Give him the point for Islay.
Yeah.
Scottish single malt would have been would suffice for the specific. We don't.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
not going to have to break down.
It's definitely an Islay single malt, and I ended up guessing Kilhoman too. So I mean, it follows. Yeah.
All right. So you both got single malt. You were both wrong on the specific side, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is not from Scotland.
Really?
Really?
Huh.
Bill, you were within 2 on the proof.
Okay.
Marshall, you nailed the proof.
No shit.
Yes.
It didn't feel like it was up near 100.
So you said 42, Bill?
Yes.
Marshall said 43
Mhm.
or 80. He said 86%, but we corrected that mistake.
Hey, it's okay.
But 86 proof is exactly what it is.
Okay.
You both said ex-bourbon only, and that is absolutely correct.
Mhm.
Obviously, both your distilleries and bottles were not correct.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually the Finger Lakes Distilling Mackenzie 10-year-old American single malt.
And it's that color, huh? It's so light. I know you've got the bottle up there, but this is the color.
Single malt.
Actually, I always hold it up to my head because it's a little easier to see.
When you went through the barnyard floor, the farmy, the funky, the dusty, dingy, all of that, 100% is why I absolutely love this bottle.
Yeah. This was definitely my favorite of the 3.
Oh, dude, that's got me cracking up, dude.
Mm.
I love the Mackenzie Rye.
That's very surprising. Yeah.
And
I wish it was a little
only
higher,
slightly peated, by the way.
Yeah,
it's only
if it was
about
46.
Dude, I literally wrote. I don't know if it'll come through. Lightly peated malt.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah. I wish this was 46%, because actually now that we've kind of done stuff and went back to it, I'm absolutely tasting that hay barnyard floor kind of concept that you were talking about.
And it gets stronger the longer it sits in that glass. It gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Ben, that is from Finger Lakes Distilling in Finger Lakes area of New York. Mackenzie is their whiskey line of a lot of stuff. So they make rye, they make bourbon, they make and the single malt. The single malt they only release once a year, and they do not release anything other than a 10-year-old single malt.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, that's like you walk into the fucking petting zoo at like your local fucking rodeo, and the goats are fucking dusty, and you're like petting the goats, and there's this kind of like feed pellets in one corner. Like that's what I'm getting.
You're totally right. It's exactly what it smells. It tastes the way that smells. Yeah.
Yes.
So exactly. Now, you guys did very good, actually. There's a possible 30 points for the whole thing, so 10 points per sample, right? You totaled out at Marshall with 8 points, Bill with 7 points.
No.
So it sounds really bad that you got 8 out of 30 and 7 out of 30. But in all honesty, blinds are extremely difficult when you have zero clue what it could be.
Yeah.
Well, and then when you have a collection so expansive, right? If I did it, it would be a lot more easy to kind of figure out.
Yeah,
But yours, it's just, you have so many. Well, that'd be all wrong. But
you totally threw me with 2 of those for sure.
Doing blinds out of your own selection is even, I mean, it's still hard, but it's easier than doing it completely. I don't know anything blind. And I just think it's really fun. And in all honesty, I think you guys did fantastic. I did that advent calendar from Ben Stahl this year, and roughly, I mean, realistically, probably worse than this. I got a couple things. I did the same category and casting and proof, and a lot of them I got 0. A lot of them I got 1. You know, I mean, it's extremely difficult, but humbling and fun at the same time.
Yeah, I'm notoriously bad at doing this. So
I'm in all honesty, I think everybody is. I know when I started this up and getting people to want to do it, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to be really bad at it." It's like, awesome. Everybody's really bad at it. No, there is not one person here that's going to get 30 points. I can guarantee it.
Oh God,
nowhere close.
Yeah. Well, Marshall, congratulations. Nice job.
Thanks, Bill.
I want my bonus point for the 10 years.
Well, I mean, when you said 10 years old, I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I was really trying to hide that face. That was
I thought you gave me a look when I said Kilhoman as well, and I was like, nice, I nailed that.
I just think that's actually a really good guess because I find Kilhoman very barnyard, farmy, dingy like that as well. So
yeah,
and I do enjoy Kilhoman. I don't think they have anything 10 years old. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I want to say that their like normal stuff is 10, but it's not an age stated whiskey. I'd have to look back at my notes on the episode I did, but I feel like that's correct. So
yeah, they got to be getting in that range by now. Yeah, because what they opened 08. I think maybe.
Yeah, it's been a while. So they have 12-year stuff. Okay,
there you go, Donald. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, this is encyclopedia right here. I chatted with Donald quite heavily before this for some information on actually the Crown Royal and a couple other ones that might be coming up in subsequent blinds. He is an encyclopedia of all things worldly whiskey, and I love it.
For sure. Yeah, he is a wealth of knowledge for sure. He's in the Discord a lot, so he's chatting in there.
And he is also way more entertaining than searching things on Google.
True.
That blood oath kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That sucks.
Yeah. Which one don't you like?
Blood oath, the first one.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think the number 2 was, I didn't love it, or when I was having it, I said this does not taste like one of the distilleries I like from Isla, because I thought it was an Isla. But that was my favorite of the 3 tonight. So
sure,
yeah.
And I kind of figured it would be. I figured, Marshall, it'd be your least favorite, just because of your reaction to that Cedar Ridge biscuit malt, and this is far more malt heavy than that biscuit.
Yeah, malt. number 2 is. That sample might find a drain.
I am gonna have to, once you're done with your whole thing, I love this idea. I think I might put one on myself. So I will absolutely make sure that I'll make sure, Jerm, that you're invited. I won't invite Marshall because he's a jerk and beat me by 1 point.
A win's a win, man. I'll take it.
I'm gonna pour myself some Oban because I'm a little salty.
Man. It was like we're running through these, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm gonna have to break out the tiebreaker right away.
Yeah.
And then Marshall nailed the proof, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Did the nailing of the proof, does that get you more points?
Just so the generic proof, so plus or minus 2, and then if you nail it, you get an additional point.
Okay. All right.
So you got the point for the generic, and then
okay.
But really close. I mean, honestly, I don't think I would have. I probably would guess 40 on that just by remembering. It's very low.
I thought 40, but then I also was like, I don't think anything that you buy would be just 40%.
That's my thought too.
Yeah. when I saw the color too, I was like, did he put Johnny Walker Red in here? So, but as soon as I smelled it, I was like, good. He's not on my shit list. So,
well, I'll tell you what, man, I may have to fucking try to find one of those Crown Royal Barleys. I may have to try to find one. Because that was
that's
neat.
an impressive. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's impressive because it's Crown Royal, right?
Yeah.
No, like just on flavor alone, that was a very interesting. I would love to sit down with that and a cigar because I think that would just be such a pleasant experience.
Okay.
So
interesting.
But yeah, no, way to go, Crown Royal and Mackenzie for that matter too.
Yeah, I love that Mackenzie. I'm getting low on it, and I'm dreading having to pull the trigger on another one, but I'm probably going to.
Dude, I need to get some of their rye down here, man.
Yeah, and I love their rye. I haven't grabbed one of their bourbons yet. I should probably do that at some point in time. But
all right. Well, that was fun, fellas.
Yeah, that was fun.
Try to keep it right an hour. I think we're like an hour and 5. So
yeah, hour 11 total.
Yeah, there's 47 other whiskey channels that need to stream tonight. So
is it? Oh, it's Whiskey Wednesday, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. All right. Well, Jerem, thank you very much for putting this on. Marshall, congratulations. I hope you kick everybody else's butt. I know you had told me last night that the only thing you wanted out of this whole competition was to beat me. So good job.
The only thing I wanted. I wanted to be better than the whiskey dick, man. That's all I wanted.
No, you guys both did excellent, and I thank you guys for coming on and entertaining me for this. And hopefully, Bill, you start this up. I would gladly accept an invite if you want to do that, and we'll go from there.
Sounds great.
And everybody in the comments, thank you for watching. Number was pretty good the whole time. I mean,
fantastic.
So, all right, everybody. Thanks.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.